Filthy river and smelly sewers. Barking Creek was once a pretty, idyllic place to be, and its waters were clean and fresh. It was a place for nature and people to enjoy. Fish and shrimp lived in the river. People enjoyed fishing. Children learnt to swim in the river, and animals drank the water to quench their thirst. In 1865, fishing boats could easily travel up from the River Thames, where they unloaded their catch at Barking Town Quay. Barking Creek was a pleasant place for people to be. But within a few years, the creek changed dramatically. Up until 1865, everyone threw their smelly rubbish into the river, and all their poo and their wee and all the horrible stuff from the factories went into the river too, even dead animals. For years and years, the river's tides were strong enough to flush away everyone's filth. But between 1815 and 1860, the number of people living in London doubled, and the river couldn't cope with all of that pollution. The River Thames began to smell really bad. It was so bad, it was called the Great Stink, and many people became sick with cholera and other diseases. The government demanded a solution. That solution was to build a new sewage system. And it was designed by Joseph Bazalgette. All of London's horrible waste was carried by new pipes to the edge of the city. In fact, just by Barking Creek, where it was held in huge containers and then released, when the tide was at its strongest, into the River Thames. The engineers had reassured everyone that all the disgusting filth would be carried out to the North Sea, never to be seen again. But unfortunately, they were wrong, and a lot of horrible stuff floated back in again when the tide turned, and much of that went up Barking Creek. A visitor to Barking reported in the newspapers in 1870, "The town of Barking is in a most deplorable state of sanitary destitution. That a town so situated, so near to the great river, and quite within an hour's reach of London, should be the seething and abominable cesspool that it is most extraordinary." Some people made money from this filth. They skimmed the fat from the surface of the water and sold it as oil to lubricate machinery. This unpleasant stuff, which was really just fat from human waste, was sold under the name Thames Mud Butter. Ugh. Eventually, after 22 years, the London engineers admitted their mistake. From 1887 right the way up to 1998, rather than dumping everything in the Thames, the sewage was loaded into specially designed sludge vessels that were nicknamed Bovril boats. Sludge vessels went out into the North Sea and dumped the sewage there. But we don't do that anymore. Everything is now carefully recycled, and London's poo even generates electricity too.